Alright guys, so here's the deal. Back in January, I lost a lot of money trading. It was really like 3 or 4 bad trades that I held way too long. I just wouldn't admit I was wrong on them, and I was just on the wrong side of the market. In 2022 though, I made a pretty good amount of money, starting with like $350. I made about $22,000 just trading. So altogether, between when I was driving the forklift in 2022 and trading, I had made, I don't know, maybe 50 grand or so, which is, I think I made more a couple of years ago when I was doing YouTube and YouNow and everything, but since then, that was like the most amount of money I'd made in 1 year. And I am proud of it. I'm not proud of the losses that I took, obviously, and the fact that my psychology at that moment was just not right, but I'm proud of what I did accomplish. Now, despite my failures this year, have I let it hold me back entirely? Absolutely not. I took some time off. I hadn't been trading at all this summer because I was, building my life with Marissa. But the last couple of weeks, I have gotten back into trading. So what I want to talk about in this video is the gratitude that I really do lack. I think a lot of traders lack gratitude. I'm sure other people that are trying to trade can relate to this. But not only that, focusing on the percentage gains and not just the dollar amount. Obviously, the dollar amount is important. You want to make $1,000 more than you want to make $400. But a couple of weeks ago, I started with $150, right? It was all I could afford to put in my account. I'm paying rent, I've got car insurance, and all kinds of things I'm paying for. So I had an extra $150. Could I have put that into shares? I could have, yeah. I could have bought maybe 2 or 3 shares of PayPal, maybe a bunch of shares of SoFi. There's stuff I could have bought, for long term, right? But it's $150. That $150 in the last 2 weeks, I have turned into over 400. I think my account is at like 406 right now. Today, I was able to break 400. Obviously, $400 is not a lot of money. But when you think about taking $150 and trading your way up to 400, right? Like, let's say I had just started the year. Like, let's say I just started trading, a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't make the 8K loss from January. Percentage-wise, it's like over 100%. It might be like 120 or 150%. We're going from $150 to $400. Like, if I had just started trading this summer, you could call that a year. You really could, percentage-wise. I know the dollar amount is not that big, but percentage-wise, you could just call that a year and stop trading, right? So let's say you had $20,000 and then you turned it into $50,000. You could call that a year. Most traders probably won't call that a year. They'll continue to trade. Maybe they'll make more. Maybe they'll lose some of it. Maybe they'll lose all of it. But percentage-wise, it's a wrap. And there's no way you can get those kind of percentage gains by holding on to a share. Like, if let's say you had 2 shares of, I don't know, Apple or something, you're not going to get 100% gain that year. Definitely not. Probably not in 5, or it could take 10 years before you see those kind of gains if you're just going to hold shares. So this is why I think a lot of people are attracted to trading, because the potential is there to really build an account, build up a huge cash position, build up your capital. And so that is what I'm striving to do. Now, the gratitude part of this, right? I was a little upset today because I'd gotten out of my first trade. I was down like $30. I admitted I was wrong. I got out. I was on the wrong side of the market. I immediately switched positions because I recognized the market was going against me on the short trade. So I got out of the puts, and then I bought calls. I was able to get that $30 back plus 20 or so. So we got the account over $400. But I was sort of upset about it because I was hoping to get more like $450 in my account today, or maybe even make like a couple $100 per contract and get to like 500. And it just didn't work out that way, right? The market gave me what the market gave me. I took the gains and just accepted that, you know, I'm up on the day, I'm still up on the week, but I was still upset about it. And Marissa had to remind me, you know, you need to be grateful. You know, you need to be grateful. You could have lost money today. You could have not entered that second trade. You would have been down $30 in your account. You only had 150 in there a couple of weeks ago, and now you have over 400. She was like, you need to be grateful. And it really reminded me that, yes, the whole gratitude part of trading is, you know, I have to consciously be grateful, or else the greed is going to really kick in. And it was the greed, I think, that stole everything from me. You know, I was up, I had money in my bank account, I had money in my trading account, and I thought it would never end, right? Back in like late December. And then I made trades over the holidays, and I shouldn't have done that, right? Because I remember putting on a trade before Christmas. I think it was like the Thursday or Friday before Christmas Eve. And I remember I couldn't even enjoy Christmas because I was thinking about my trade and how the market was going to open up on Monday or Tuesday, whenever it was, it opened up after Christmas. I didn't even enjoy my holiday, you know, because I was so fixated on the trade over that weekend. And the greed just got to me, you know, the greed and the psychological inability to admit when I'm wrong, you know, on the market. But yeah, gratitude's a huge part of trading. It has to be a huge component of my trading. I need to really experience, you know, even having $400 in my account, right? That's like $350 I did not deposit. You know, I built that, and I need to be grateful for that. I think every trader, it doesn't matter if you're trading with $50 or $50,000, you know, you're gonna have days where the gains are not that big. I think percentage-wise, it was like a 3% gain in my account, where I've been like making 20, 30% gains in my account every day before that. You know, 3%, that's pretty huge. That's more than the market is up. I think NASDAQ, last time I was watching it today, was up not even 2%. It might be up 2% now because the markets were going straight up despite, you know, the interest rate fears, despite the bearish talk from the Fed, or I should say the hawkish talk from the Fed. Despite all that, the market was going up in a straight line today. And I immediately recognized it, even though I had a short position, and I got out, you know, and I tried not to beat myself up over it. And then the percentage, right? You got to think about the percentage gains. Focusing on the dollar amount, it's a recipe to lose everything you have. So if you are, you know, experimenting with trading, you're interested in it, you've tried it before, just keep those things in mind. Percentage gains, focus on those, and the gratitude. You know, even when you lose, you know, you know, it's hard, but I think those are some of the secrets to what's going to be my success. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below, you know, what you're focusing on when it comes to trading or investing, what you're doing in the markets, because I know there's some of you out there. And we'll do more videos like this. As always, until next time, I'll see you on the next one.